Let's see how we can deploy these agents to Slack. So we know that Slack is a Salesforce product and many of the company uses Slack for all the communication that happens in that company. And since both are Salesforce product, so it is actually very easy to deploy these agent on Slack platform. Now, the benefit of deploying these agent to Slack is your employees can access these agent from Salesforce. When they are on Salesforce, they can access all of these agent. But when they are on Slack, because most of the time you work on Slack also, there also you can access these agent. You can tag these agent as if it's any other user in the Slack platform. So for all such use cases, you may want to deploy these agents to Slack. And let's see that in the next few lectures. Again, deploying these agents to Slack is actually very easy. So what we are going to do is we are first going to see that how we can deploy this deal agent to Slack, and from there how employees can access this agent. Now, the first step is we need to install some connected app in our Salesforce org so that Salesforce and Slack can connect. So for that, I will add this URL in the resource section. In this Trailhead module, you will see a link here, which is actually a package Slack platform connector. This basically have two connected apps, and maybe I'll show you that as well. So to install that, you just need this link. So let's just copy this link and make sure that you're logged in your org. So let's just paste this link here. It will ask us to log into our Salesforce org. So for that, I actually need the my domain URL for our upcoming steps. So let's actually go there. I mean, you can just log in with your username and password, but since I'm already logged in, I can just change the custom domain and I think it should log in directly. Yeah, I think it is able to pick up the org. Okay, so this is one way. Other way is you just put your username and password. But anyways, we need this my domain in when we are connecting it to Slack. So you need this page to be opened here. Okay, here click on install for all users, acknowledge this and click on install. Again, here, if I show you the view components, then there will be just two connected apps here. So we have this Slack and Slack Dev, both are connected apps that it is going to install in this org. Okay, it seems the installation is complete. Click on done and you will see that a new installed package will be here. So this is the one, Slack platform connector. Again, if you open this one, it will have two connected apps. Okay, so these are the two connected apps that got installed. You don't have to do anything. It contains connected app that enables Slack platform third party auth to connect. Okay, so you can just leave it here. Now the next step is we need a Slack org so that we can deploy this agent to that Slack org. Now you can actually spin up a new Slack instance, or what you can do is here, if you come to this URL in this Trailhead module, then actually you can spin up your Slack playground from your Trailhead user as well. So in this one, it is mentioned that how you can spin up a new Trailhead Slack playground. So here, make sure that you're logged in with your Trailhead account. And again, I'll add this link in the URL. So you can just open there. And what it will do is it is actually going to create a new Slack playground for you. The benefit here is that in this Slack playground, there will be few users already added. If you create a normal Slack instance, there you will be the only user. If you want to practice along working with multiple users, then maybe it is better to create a Slack playground from this module. It will again create a developer instance only. Okay, so it seems like it would have created, yes, you see it has created a new Slack playground for this email address, and you can just launch it from here. Okay, so it is opening my instance. You see, this is the new instance that it has created, and this is the workspace that it has created. Let me click on I agree. Okay, so this is the new Slack instance that we got, and if you see, it already have some test users, right? So you can just work with them, how to tag users and how to work with these users. So all these channels are actually created for you. So as of now, we have created a connected app in our org and we have spin up a new Slack instance. So the next step would be to connect this Slack to Salesforce org. For that, we need to authorize this Slack instance to our Salesforce org. We need to approve in both the places, and then only we can deploy our agents here. Now the next step is here in this Slack instance, just click here and go to tools and settings, and then you have this manage Salesforce organization. So click on this URL. You have to be an admin. Again, this Slack instance, you are an admin of this, so you can actually do that. So tools and settings and go to manage Salesforce organization. And here you can connect Slack with Salesforce orgs. So let's click on connect Salesforce org. Now it will ask for the URL. So for that, this is the URL that you need to give. So you want to connect to this org, right? So just give that one. And then it is saying that the user of Slack, how are they going to connect with the users of Salesforce org? So for that, should it use email field or should it use the SAML name ID field? So if you have common users in both the org, which obviously you will, so your employees are here in Slack as well as in Salesforce org, so it will automatically map the user mapping. So if that's the case, you can do that. Otherwise, you can actually map these users one by one. So for that, let's just uncheck that, and it won't map the users directly, but we will do it ourselves. Okay, so with that, just click on this request connection. Okay, so here you will see that it is saying that waiting for approval. Now, who is going to give the approval? The approval will be given by the admin of this Salesforce org. So let's go to this org and here search for manage Slack connections. So all the admins of this org would have got an email saying that there is a new Slack connection request came. Please approve that. So this is the Slack org which is requesting for the connection. And let's just click on this and agree to the following Salesforce channel disclosure and click on approve. Now, when any of the admin approves the connection request here, then the next step would be to approve it on the Slack side. So you see, waiting for activation by Slack admin. So now we have approved it at Salesforce side. Let's go to Slack and let's refresh here now. Okay, you see, ready to activate. So now as a Slack admin, we need to activate this. So click on view detail and click on activate. Now the connection is active here, and here now if you refresh, you will see that it is connected. Okay, now Salesforce and Slack is actually connected. So it will use the connected app that got installed for any type of communication between these two org. Now after that, since we had unchecked the box of manual user mapping, so we need to map those users ourselves. So let's map one user at least for now. So that would be our own user, which will be this one. So my user, I'm going to give access to this user. Now what will happen is this user needs to map his Salesforce user himself. Now the moment I added the user here, and if this user go back and refresh here, he will start seeing a pop-up here saying that, log into Salesforce. You see, bring Salesforce data into Slack. And the reason that this user is getting this pop-up is because we have mapped this user here in this agent org. Okay, so as this user, I can actually sign into Salesforce. And here continue to Salesforce. And I will log in with my user. Okay, so your account is now connected. Okay, okay, yeah, it is actually came up that pop-up. So now this user is actually connected to one user in Salesforce. So now it has access to the Salesforce instance. Okay, now the next step is we need to create our agent, which we want to deploy to this Slack. And actually I do have an agent already available here. This agent is actually looking into soft drink order management. Let's just test it actually. I think this one is, what is the status of order 200? Maybe it will help in all the order related query. Yeah, so this one will help in all the order related query. So maybe this is the agent that I would like to deploy to Slack. Again, if you want to add more topics, more actions, all the functionality that you want to add for this particular agent, you can do that. You can test it. And once you're done with that, then the next step would be to deploy this agent to Slack. To do that, just go to the connections here, and here in the connections, we need to click on add. Connection type would be API because it is going to be connected to Slack through API, and you can give some name, Slack integration. And there is already some connected app got created, right, when we had installed the package. So just search for that It was Slack. I'm not sure why there are multiple, but I think this is the one. Yeah, Slack connected app you need to choose and click on save. Now, since it's already activated, so we are actually done from the Salesforce side. We have made this agent available to Slack through this connection. Now let's go back to Slack here, and here just go to tools and setting again and go to organization setting. And here, if you go down to the Salesforce, you will have the option of Agentforce. And now you will see that there is one agent available to be installed to this Slack workspace. Now this agent is available because we have actually added a connection on Salesforce, and anytime you add connection to any number of your agents, all of those will start showing up here in the needs review. So let's just review it, and it is saying that do you want this agent to be available here, and you can click on allow. Okay, then it is asking that where do you want to add this agent, so we can add in this default workspace for now. Okay, deal agent added to this. It may take a few minutes for it to load in Slack. Now let's go here and let's just refresh here. Okay, now you see that you have this Agentforce coming up here. It will show you all the Agentforce agent which you have installed in your Slack. So if I go here, then you will see that then we have this deal agent, so we can actually start a conversation here. Now you see that this is the same interface that we get on Salesforce, and here we can say that what is the status of order 200. The status of the soft drink order is open. So now you see your employees can actually talk to these agents from Slack, and they don't actually have to be in Salesforce. Apart from that, they don't actually have to open the agent from Agentforce chat. They can be actually on some group. Maybe this is the one. They are in this group or channel, and they can actually ask this agent. So ours is deal agent, right? Now it is acting as a user. So you can just bring this user and say that what is the status of order 200. So this agent is currently not added in this channel, so it will first ask us to add this agent into this channel. So just add it, and you see it is responding. I have asked the question as what is the status of order 200, and this agent has actually replied now. Okay, and here it is saying that the status of the soft drink order is open. Let me know if you need anything else. So it's giving us the same response. So you don't actually have to go to the agent and ask it a question. You can be in any channel. From there also you can trigger this agent. And again, this response that it has generated, it is not visible to other people in this channel right now. Yeah, there are other 10 people. They would not be able to see this response. If you want them to be able to see this response, you need to click on share in thread. Now other people will also be able to see this thread. They will be able to see the response from agent. Okay, so you can create any number of agents in Salesforce, and then you can deploy all of that, and all of those agents will start showing up here. And when you have multiple agents, you don't want to go to each agent like this to ask question. You can directly talk to them in from any channel as well.